Okay, we have started our journey up to Echo Lake. Plan on showing a few things on this trail. I'm taking Overlook Mountain trail up to Echo Lake. This is not a high peak, but I still think there's going to be some pretty cool views. There is a fire tower at the top. There's an abandoned hotel that we're going to check out. And also perhaps a plane wreck towards the top of the mountain if we can find it. Searched online. I think I know where to look, but we'll see. My first time backpacking alone, so I think it's going to be interesting and fun for me. Yeah. So one thing about the Overlook Trail here, Overlook Mountain Trail, is that it connects up to a cell tower at the top. So the trail is mostly just this kind of rock gravel area here. So it's not really rugged. So I guess we'll see how it gets near Echo Lake. The weight adds a lot. Definitely feeling it right now. I'm taking a lot of breaks. I'm sweating. It's not even that hot out. I think I'm making much quicker time than I had planned originally. Probably gonna have to just slow down a little, which is fine by me. Maybe I'll take a little more time bushwhacking for the plane crash, or I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what kind of situation is gonna be there in terms of like camping spots. I know that there's like 9 spots that people can camp at, but you could do primitive camping pretty much anywhere as long as it's far enough from a stream or water or trail. 150 feet. Hoping to get a nice spot by the lake, but if not, then that's fine. I'm not too worried. It's about the journey, not the destination. And this journey is making me sweaty. Just as I had suspected, I'm going mega fast. Almost up top already. Here we have the entrance to the old hotel, the abandoned hotel here. So I'll get up a little closer and get some good shots and talk about this a little more. So the Overlook Mountain house that we see here today is not actually the first iteration of the building, and it's not even the second. This is the third. The original mountain house was built in 1871 and could accommodate around 300 guests. Shortly after that, about 4 years later, in 1875, the house was burnt down. 3 years after that, in 1878, a pair of brothers, they rebuilt the house. It wasn't until 1921 when a developer from New York City purchased the mountain house. Shortly after that, just 2 years later, in 1923, the Overlook Mountain house burned down for the second time. During that time in the 20s, the Great Depression hit, and the man from Manhattan named Newgold ran out of funds because of the Great Depression. As of 1939, the hotel was still under construction, and a year later, Morris Newgold died in 1940. The land was then acquired by New York State and added to the Catskill Forest Preserve. Today, the only thing that remains of the hotel are the concrete foundations and walls. Anyways, the next step that we're going to be going on here is going to be the plane crash. I'm not going to give out the coordinates or anything like that. If you do enough research online, you could find it. It is a little more difficult than some of the other ones, like on Catskill. If you do happen to find it, it is a memorial. People died, and it is not something you want to take anything from, leave any graffiti. They've pretty much been picked clean at this point, but there's a lot of history in the Catskills, and most of these crashes have happened before GPS, like the 1980s and before. Yeah, even sometimes still people crash. You know, maybe a year or two ago, there was a dog rescuer that crashed into the side of a mountain right here. So definitely tragic, but interesting to take a look. I'm gonna see if I can't find it. I don't know the exact way to it. I do know that it's in this area. This is not for the weak. Making my way through. Quite steep over here. I'm gonna keep pushing. I think I could find it. People say that there was a bushwhack, not a bushwhack, a trail, a herd path. I haven't really found anything like that. Maybe I'm coming from the wrong direction. I don't really know. But we'll continue on. Just wanted to stop and show off this like interesting lichen here. At least that's what I think it's called. Never seen it in that color. It's like peeling like paint. And over here, found some interesting like holes in these rocks. Yeah. Just on that side. Something definitely I gotta take a look into. See what that is. Alright, I was beginning to lose hope. I was getting pretty far along. I found a sort of a bushwhack trail, a herd path, and I followed that to the end, and starting to lose a little bit of hope, but peering through the trees, I saw some metal. And if this isn't it, then I don't know where it is. And we have found it. One thing that I'm seeing pretty instantly is just how spread apart it is. There's a clearing in the trees over here where they're much shorter, so I'm gonna presume he was coming from this way and into the mountain over here. The debris pile is very scattered, so I'm going to presume this happened at a pretty fast pace, pretty fast speed. Definitely interesting. I mean, a lot of this wreckage is just getting orbited by a giant fly right now. A lot of this wreckage is just so scattered. A lot of these parts are so mangled, like I don't even know. This maybe looks like a wing. Yeah, I see the flap right here. So it's the front of the wing. Looks like a side of a door over there. I see the engine up over in that direction. I'll point that out as well. And then it looks like a pretty large part of the fuselage is down a little further. We'll go check that out too. So for reference here, see if I can't pointed out, we're gonna go see. There's, I think the main part of the fuselage is over here, and all the way up here we have the engine of the aircraft. Yeah, pretty intense. And I keep talking about this, but you know, just for the scale, I mean, so I don't even know what this is back here, but all the way up there was where we still find wreckage. I think it's a part of the tail back here. It has L as the last number on it, and that's the identifier on the back. So I'm gonna cross-reference that to what I have. I think that's gonna be the end of this bushwhack. I'm gonna have to make my way back up. Over here, this is not gonna be fun. But I found a way, kind of a shortcut, I think, to get up to the top of the mountain a little easier. So we're gonna do that. If you find this site, we leave no trace. It's a memorial. People died here. And yeah. So I was recording that, a big toad here. Frog, I don't know, I think it's a toad. Just jumped out, kind of spooked me a little. In retrospect, I probably should have my bag up here. Whew. That was a tough climb back up. Kind of a cool rock formation there. It's almost like the arches that was. See right through. Well, I've rejoined the trail and I look at this view. Holy moly. That's amazing. This is overlooks right at the edge of the escarpment here for the Catskills, so you get this amazing view out in the lower areas. Some cool looking mushrooms here. Definitely get to look these up as well. Look at that. Never seen mushrooms in this color. It's pretty cool.
Oh, the escarpment looks pretty rigorous for us. Can you do a short section of it?
So, this is the area here. They're looking at a rattlesnake down there. I took a picture. But this view is crazy up here. There are two rangers that hang out up here, I guess. Very nice. Gave me some tips and points on where to go if Echo Lake's kind of filled up over here. That's where it's just the top of the hotel over there. Yeah, I mean, over here on this side's the Hudson Valley, I think at least. I mean, this is just absolutely crazy. Allegedly, there's about 90 rattlesnakes up on this mountain. So the guy said, there's one over there, 89 unaccounted for. So maybe I'll make some little rattlesnake friends at the camp. Echo Lake is actually right down over there. Looks beautiful right now. Allegedly, not a lot of hikers right now, so could have a good shot, getting a nice spot. I'm like, wow. Again, here's with the rattlesnakes. We have these little chairs at. Like there were 3 of them scurrying around earlier. Pretty cool. Whoa. Lots of graffiti in these rocks. 1910. It's pretty cool. Not that I recommend doing this, but I guess if it's already there, it's pretty cool to look at. Lunch done. It is time for the last and final trek to Echo Lake. Okay, so I'll just show off another cool little thing here. I'm fairly sure what we see here are glacial striations. So when the Catskills were glaciers, this is how most of the Catskills were like, kind of, form these valleys. I think it's called a dissected plateau, but if you say that, people might get upset because then they say, oh, it's not a mountain. Anyways, so these, basically what happens is like rocks will get embedded at the bottom of the glacier, and all of the weight, only about like 2,000 feet of ice above us right now, would push down on these rocks, and the glacier would move, and they would scratch the rocks in like a uniform way. And the reason I think that these are striations, I'm pretty sure, and not like pole marks and stuff, is because they're deep and they're all facing the same direction. So that way south. So basically, glacier probably came up over Overlook Mountain here, came down, and was headed in this direction. It's kind of tracks. That's where you see all these marks. It's pretty cool. And to get a little farther down the trail here, not these marks, but the ones next to it, these deep grooves. It's about 4 of them. They're facing the same direction, all going south. All right, let's go. All right, here we are. Echo Lake. Now, I don't hear a lot going on, but I think I see some open spots here. We're gonna find out. Also, it looks like it's about to rain. And now it's raining. I'm gonna try and get this stuff set up pretty quickly in case it is worse than it's about to be. Well, I managed to get my bag under the tent that I brought out really quickly. I'm not really going to be dry. The bag will be, I guess, and all the rest of the stuff inside of it, hopefully, still. But I'm going to try and get this set up as quickly as possible. Plus, like my second time pitching this tent, so great conditions. Okay, I got this set up. It's not perfect right now, but that's fine, because, oh my god, I'm soaking wet. That's fine, because at least I'm not standing up, whatever this is right now. Holy moly. It's gonna have to dry off. There's a little water in the tent, but I think that's fine. I'm having a great time. My first experience backpacking by myself. Hopefully this lets up so I can go out and take a look at the lake. But as of right now, we are set up. Looks like it's just about over now. That was pretty intense, not gonna lie. Got some thunder out of it too. We're here now. I was just over there. That's Overlook Mountain. Outlook. I'm thinking about work. It kind of sucks. I didn't really get an opportunity to see the rest of the sites. I might go take a walk and see what else is going on right now. And we have a tent. Just tightened it up a little. I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere else. And I put the guy lines on as well. Yeah, looking pretty cool. The lake's kind of filling out more. I definitely got here really early. This freaking thing sucks. The Sawyer squeeze. Well, I don't know. I haven't used it yet actually, but I definitely should have gotten another smart water bottle because it would have definitely made it a little easier to catch the water. We're gonna see how it filters out. It's pretty gross looking in the water bottle pouch thingy. And then we'll see. I have some extra tablets that I brought because I'm a little neurotic. So I'm gonna treat it with that too, and that should be like double kill. It's actually pretty nice. The tent layout is kind of big. I will say it is a 2-person tent, but it is kind of a large footprint here. Because actually, when I was taking my nap earlier, I heard a group of people pass by and they commented on how big it was. As big as it is, it's only like 2 pounds, maybe 2.5. This is my first time using it, so I'd recommend it. But I don't really have much experience with other tents though. It's got some pretty cool flaps here at the top that allow, I guess, air to flow through. I have it airing out right now. Got my Apple Watch charging. But yeah, it's pretty good. A little bland, but still pretty good. All right. The sun is setting. I'm pretty much set up here in my tent. Got everything out. My quilt. Got this wonderful view. The sun's pretty much set at this point. I think it's like almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'll do an update in the morning to see how I slept. And then if it's really bad and I get attacked by a bear or something, there'll be a midnight update on that one. So. So for the first half of the night, I slept pretty well. It's something like, I think around like 10. I was sleeping by like 9. Like an hour into my sleep, something moved outside of the tent, which woke me up, which was a little spooky, but didn't really hear anything. I think I slept pretty well until at around 12. I have to look at what is around here. I know it's like not wolves, but it must have been like maybe some coyotes or maybe like a wild pack of dogs, but they were like or I mean, it could have been also the people at the camps, maybe just like making noise, but where I was like dreaming, but they were like making like howling like crazy for like 20 minutes. It didn't occur to me to even get like a video of it. I think I tried and I stopped. Then after that, I slept like a baby. I was afraid I was gonna be like a little scared, basically, because I'm out here alone. But realistically, it's not really the case. There's like a couple people, two people, like maybe a couple 100 feet that way, and then all around the lake, there's like people. But yeah, I slept great. Just gonna hang out a little bit, I think. Make some of my oatmeal that I have, and then probably pack up and start heading out. I think I know who was causing some noise last night. Alright, just about packed up. Going to head out back to the trailhead. There's a deer up ahead. Yeah, what's up, buddy? He's looking right at me. Look at him. Not a care in the world. I don't know why hunters have such a hard time here. Look at that. He's just looking at me. He's not even afraid. And that's it. At the trailhead. Pretty proud of myself. That was really fun. Definitely gonna do it again.